Marnie's here, let's start your day. Fabulously flawed, we're lighting the way. Monday to Friday, new episodes with laughter and love. Let's start the show. We're shaking things up. Don't let anyone dull your sparkle. Motivation, inspiration, and fun. Fabulously flawed, everyone. So shine a little brighter. Grab your smile and sing along. The show's about to start with Marni, your host. You can't go wrong.
Fabulously flawed friends, welcome to Fabulously Flawed. I'm your host Marni, and it's Monday. I know, the dreaded Monday, but I always say it could be magical and it doesn't have to be so miserable. And I love to do my motivation, Marnivation episodes and let you all know it's okay not to be okay. I try to put the fun in dysfunction the best I can. And being Mental Health Awareness Month, today's episode is Mental Health Matters, because it does. And I am really just so proud of, I think, the world finally starting to, we have a long way to go, but the topic of it isn't as taboo as it used to be. When I say baby steps are being made, it's like a hemisphere worth of more people learning about it. But for the few people that have given the attention to it and the conversations to end the stigma, because that's why people are afraid to talk, because it's stigmatized. And the way the media especially puts it is, well, there was a fight that broke out and they started shooting someone because they have mental health problems. And it is the most infuriating, because we all have mental health. We have physical health and we have mental health, and they are both the same. And people think it's a personal failure if you say something about your mental health, and it's been stigmatized to the point that the news says, oh, they had mental health. Oh, they had mental health. They do bad things. No, quite the contrary. People with mental health conditions are more isolated, more quiet, more yearning to be loved. And it is the people with the unhealed mental health conditions, okay? Just like if you had an unhealed physical condition, you would get sicker. If you broke your leg and you didn't go to the orthopedic and you started walking on it, you would hurt it more. So our brain, it should be called brain health. Maybe instead of mental anything, take away the mental, because that word is just so stigmatized. Maybe if we could just say brain health and how to make our brain happier, because our brain is an organ just like the other organs in our body. But we can do things to make our lives, we are the ones in control of our lives, nobody else. There is nobody you can marry. There is nothing you can buy. Trust me, there is nothing that can make you happy until you're happy within. When you can love yourself, flaws and everything, because we all have flaws. Hence fabulously flawed. There's no such thing. And I grew up thinking I had to be perfect, but I'm not. There's no such thing. And I would strive for something unattainable. And doing that only left me more depressed. So it took me up until like 50 and present day which I will be 56 next Monday. Remember, guys, when I was talking about turning 54 and I was studio 54 years old, and then I accepted 55, and now this year and I can't believe it's going to be 56. But I have learned in my 50s so far that the only way to achieve happiness is through our own selves. And I realized I deserve, just like we all deserve, to smile. You all deserve to laugh. You deserve love. You deserve to experience happiness. You deserve all the goodness, really, the world has to offer. And I think, speaking of my birthday, for example, I never knew how, and I'm learning present day to accept compliments, especially like birthday wishes. I'll use that one. When you see them on Facebook, the one time that we really love Facebook, when people wish us happy birthdays and they say nice things. And I don't know how to accept that, to a point that I couldn't even read them. I used to have Taylor read them because I couldn't accept anybody giving me a compliment. I did not feel I deserve it. I in therapy learned when somebody gives you a compliment to just say thank you. I would give a song dance justification why I didn't deserve the compliment. I remember walking into a Zumba class and they're like, oh, you look so cute. I'm like, oh, I'm so gross. I am so bloated. Da-da-da. And I went on and on. Like, really? I have learned just to say thank you. Really. And I know we are all deserving of everything. And learning to love myself, number one, the most important thing was protecting my energy. And I did a declutter of people, places, and things. Anything that I knew was the human equivalent of a pin that could burst my peace bubble that I fictitiously live in, I got rid of it. And I was honest with my husband. I'm like, you may like those people or whomever. I don't want to be around it. I don't like loud, late night places. Like, there are things that I've learned, people, places, and situations, to really protect my peace. And it also took a long time for me to understand about depression and what it really means. And I've tried explaining this to people. Our mental health is so crucial, and people just think, oh, go outside, you'll be fine. Just snap out of it, you'll be fine. Oh, come on, people have it worse, you'll be fine. But for somebody, me, who lived days, weeks, months in a room, I didn't want to leave, my drapes were closed, and my husband would come home and just lose it looking at me like that. I didn't know how to say, I'm tired, but what I really mean is I don't get pleasure from anything that I used to anymore. I feel like I'm a burden, and I really did believe I was a burden to my family. I'm tired of faking a smile, which I love smiling. You can hear it through my voice when I'm talking, which I hope you can, because I'm smiling a lot of the times. But I was sick of faking it. I felt very numb. I didn't see the point of doing anything, and I was really tired of being at war with my mind. And this all happened at 47 when I was diagnosed, when my depression became full out. When I was diagnosed with ADHD at 47 and put on medication was game-changing, life-changing to the Adderall gods. I love you, because I cannot believe I went 47 years living in a fog. And sometimes people say, wait, you talk about your medication, or you talk like, yeah, hello. Like, why wouldn't I? If I couldn't let anybody else know that if you're going through something and there's a way for you to feel better, do it. And so I lived so tired, I guess, just from not being angry. When I was diagnosed, I became angry. When the medication worked, I was angry because I saw things with clarity, and my life could have been this and my life could have been that. I didn't know how to verbalize this at the time to my family, but they would get angry at me for the way I was speaking. Again, we didn't know how to communicate. I didn't know how to say to them, guys, I'm finding out these like situations, bear with me, I'm freaking the F out right now. But everyone took it personally because we didn't know how to communicate, which is why I do what I do, to help you all and make your lives as simple and as peaceful and as happy as you can make it. But then I stopped letting go of who I think I was supposed to be, and really just started embracing who I am. Am I somebody who lives with anxiety? Yes. But do I know how to manage the situations I'm in? Yes. Do I think I have to be this perfect certain type of, oh gosh, I don't know what people think I'm supposed to be, like proper here, don't talk to your neighbors like this there. But I am just so authentically myself that I've always been myself. I just could never understand why people didn't accept me. Like, I am one of the nicest people, and I would just, people didn't even give me a chance sometimes. And I've learned that has nothing to do with me, that has to do with other people's perceptions of themselves. And I spoke to a client this morning, and she was having a really tough day yesterday. And she called me on her way to work, and she said, "Thank you for talking to me yesterday. I had a really tough day." And she started crying, and she said, "I've been doing so well." And I was like, whoa, 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 stop. Nobody is 100% healed, because healing isn't linear. We go up, down, backwards, forwards, all over the place, like scribble sometimes. There's no need to think you have to be 100% perfect to deserve love and good things in your life, because that's who you are. The way you feel does not make you contingent on what you deserve. Okay? And I love how that just sounded. I'm going to go back and play that for myself, because that sounded like a really good motivating quote that just popped in my head. And remember, so many people are hating and judging on you, and you overcame situations that would have broken them in pieces. So the next time somebody tries to ruffle your feathers, just think to yourself like, girl, fuck you. Like, you couldn't even handle a day in my life. And I use that strategy sometimes, and it works perfectly. And on that note, guys, see, Monday's done. I hope I made you smile. And every day I'm going to be talking about mental health. Well, my whole podcast is mental health, but get more into specifics, I guess. And thank you to all my new listeners. I love you guys. I really wish I could hug you. Virtual big hug right now. Hug. It's just, I am not somebody who read stuff. I am and said, oh, I just read this. Go learn about mental health. Or somebody, I'm not a psychologist or a social worker or a psychiatrist, but my lived experiences and what I have gone through, and the fact I am living proof of them, is the best way I feel people can learn to heal, by watching other people who have gone through it. So I hope everybody's gotten a little bit out of something I say daily, and you can watch more of my videos and inspirational, motivational talks over on YouTube. You could check me out on TikTok, Marni Inspires, and my shop there. Everything motivational, make you feel good. And to remember to never, ever let anyone burst your bubble, and never, ever, 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 ever let anyone dull your sparkle. I am sending so much love and so much peace.
Thanks so much for joining us on this episode of Fabulously Flawed. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. That helps others find the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Once again, we're so glad you're here, and we hope you'll come back Monday through Friday for another serving of empowerment, motivation, and inspiration. We'll catch you next time on Fabulously Flawed.